Remember when I said that my stepdad's tools were all from the 70s? In the 70s when they had key parties, it was actually these keys because, wow. Welcome to Laugh Cry DIY, where I try to craft my way out of panic, fear, and depression. Today on the channel, we're doing something very exciting. Okay, so here's some things you need to know about me. Number one, I'm very cheap. Number two, I'm very indecisive. So there's a lot of cute, trendy furniture right now that I love, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it in 6 months, and I definitely don't wanna spend $2,000 for it. So today I'm gonna see if I can hack some cabinets and make the beautiful credenza of my dreams, but without spending all my money. I don't know about you, but every time I need to find furniture, I always want a very specific dimension, and that is exactly what the piece I like does not come in. So I found these on Facebook Marketplace, and it took me about 2 months because I wanted them to be very specific dimensions. I needed a flat front so that I could easily cut them out, and I wanted them to be cheap. These were $35 each, which was pretty dope. Okay, so step one, these are fancy cabinets that have locks on them. We don't want that, so I'm taking off the hardware. Bye. As we know, every DIY project has a true moment of hell, and that's what we have here. When I took out the locks that were built into this cabinet, we were left with empty holes, and guess what? Those do not fit in my design. So I was hoping that I could find some sort of wood plug somewhere around this murder cave, and thank God, amazingly, I found some dowel that actually fits perfectly. So now we're gonna saw that and plug the holes. These are my handles for the cabinet, but they came in like a rose gold, and I'm not really feeling that, so I'm gonna just do a regular gold. And I got these furniture legs, so I'm just gonna rough them up a little bit before I spray paint them. Okay, this one kind of sucks, but we're gonna go back over it if we have to. Next, I'm gonna put legs on the furniture piece, but unfortunately, my spray paint sucked, but that's fine because we're gonna paint the whole piece anyway. So I'm just gonna take these little plates. I'm gonna drill little pilot holes in each just so that I can get them in there. Okay, it's been a long day. We finally got the legs on. Everything went wrong that could go wrong with getting the legs on. The screws to get them into the legs were going in crooked. The screws to go into the cabinet were too long, so we resized. We went to the hardware store. We did a million things. I cut my finger 5 times. I bled on everything, but it's okay. I cleaned it up. So now it's finally time to paint, thank God. The thing is, this is laminate, and laminate is a material
from hell,
and therefore it will not accept paint. So we have to sand it, we have to prime it, and we're gonna have to paint it twice. Good morning, it is day 2, and I primed everything late last night. I got too tired to paint, so we're gonna go ahead and paint today, and then we're gonna work on the cabinet fronts. Isn't that fun? Oh yeah. So while everything is drying, let's take a fun tour of interesting things in this garage. My mom is trained in circus arts, so you guys all have a garage wall that is a creepy clown museum, right? You guys want to know where I get my DIY spirit from? These are tennis balls that you cut up and you fill with rice, and then you wrap them in electrical tape, and then you have buckets of juggling balls. Okay, so as you can see, we have most of the cabinets painted, and now we need to work on the doors, and this is the worst part of the project. So as you guys can see from the inspo photo, we need to like cut out these insets so that I can put the cane webbing behind them. But that means that I need to very precisely measure and cut these out. So to do this, I have come up with a very good idea. All I'm gonna do is take a level for measurement, and to make these very careful arches, I'm gonna use a dusty ass barbecue lid. I would have liked to do a much wider inset cut, but because of those stupid plugs, that's gonna like affect the structural integrity if I cut too wide. So I decided instead we're gonna cut right outside of that one. So I'm just gonna use this level to make my first marks. To make the cutout pattern, I need to be really careful to make sure to match my doors because they are gonna be facing each other and together they'll make like a large circle. So I need to make sure that this is a very precise arch in the right direction. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark out 2.5 inches from each corner and then draw the arches in from there. So that'll be the start of my arch, and then I'm gonna have it end at 10.25. And now it's my favorite time, dusty ass barbecue top arch time. So I could have used like a pencil and string and kind of arched it freehand, but there was too much variance there, and I needed something that was really, the arch was wide enough and reliable, because if you do a cardboard template or a paper template, it gets a little wonky and you need this to be as precise and even as possible for it to look clean side by side. And now you can see a perfect little arch. Remember everything I just told you?
I need to be really careful to make sure to match my doors.
I drew it backwards, so we're gonna try that again. It is day 3 of this journey, and today is the most treacherous day because I have to cut out the insides of the cabinets entirely by hand using a jigsaw. And jigsaws are not the most precise tool. So as you can imagine, I've had so much anxiety about this all week. I actually texted my therapist, called a friend, pulled a tarot card, charged my crystals, and honestly, I think that the universe ultimately wants this for me. So I think if we can just all come together and manifest, you know, really clean lines, that would be great for all of us. Ooh, look at that beauty right there. Oh yeah. Oh my God, you guys. She is beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, we only have to do this 3 more times. Oh my God. Oh my God. The blade snapped off. Girl, she snapped in the middle. Ah! This is a song where we change our jigsaw in the club. Changing blades in the club. Changing blades in the club. Oh yeah. Is the jigsaw trying to kill me? Because it is staring at me with hatred in its heart. Welcome to Jigsaw Weekly. I have literally nothing to say. So while I wait for the jigsaw to cool down again, I'm gonna start cutting out the cane for the cabinets. So I just got this roll of cane from Cane and Basket Supply in LA, and we're just gonna cut out strips that are the length of the door. Ooh, fancy. It's the last one. Thank God. Oh, yeah. I knew it. God is a woman, and she also has great taste in furniture, and so she steadied my hand, and somehow I was able to make actually pretty miraculously straight lines. Okay, there's a spider who is Probably a woman full of spider eggs. Anyways, so now I'm gonna take a dagger, which is actually a file, and I'm gonna take a dish rag and I'm gonna file all of the imperfections and kill a spider. It is day 4. Day 4 of this project. I am physically exhausted, I'm emotionally exhausted, I'm spiritually exhausted. I'm sure you are too. I didn't think I'd get here at certain points, and I know my haters certainly didn't. Somehow we made it, and we have cabinets cut out, cabinets painted, and all we have left to do are put on the handles and put on the cane webbing. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Let's do this. So next what we have to do is we need to put the handles on, and in a dream world they would sit totally flush together, but the holes are a little bit too close to the edge, so I think it would just like rip it off and mess up the wood. So I'm gonna have to set them a little bit further apart, which sucks, but I'll survive. So to do that, I am taking some tape, and I put some tape on the back of the handle, and what I'm gonna do is use a pen, pencil, whatever, and I am actually poking in to the holes to make like a template so that I know exactly where I would be drilling. And then I actually found these very dangerous tweezers, so I just poked right in, and now you can totally see the holes. Of course, I can't find my drill bits, so I'm going again back to the 70s, back to all my stepdad's tools. And if you guys wanna know how to find a drill in this house, you go through this dusty ass Tupperware and you use this measurement guide, and you sit here for 5 hours trying to find the right hole. Know what I mean, fellas? Kill me. And now for the weirdest part of this project, we are gonna put this cane in a little bath. All right, so the cane is gonna soak in there for 5 minutes to get nice and soft, and then that way when we staple it on and it dries, it will dry really tight. Ew. This is so soft now. Cool. It's time, we finally get to put the cane on. One thing to know, guys, is that the front side is kind of the pretty waxy side, and the back side is the matte, unsexy side. So make sure if you're ever gonna do this to put the right side down. So you're just gonna lay it down and staple around and keep it as tight as possible while you do. Look at this golden hour glow. They're so beautiful. Now, my good friends at Cane and Basket Supply said not to keep these to dry in the sun, so they're gonna go inside while we clean up. Well, I lied. We are back and it is day 5, but it is the final day for sure, because all we have to do is finish the cabinet doors, put on some hardware, and finally we will get to see my beautiful, beautiful cheap credenza. We're just adding these beautiful, elegant, classy handles to the doors. Why, you guys? Why? I actually switched to a manual screwdriver because the power one messed up the screws. Okay, these are cheap screws because this one's messing it up too. But at least they look pretty. Ugh. It's been a long journey. Thank you for coming along with me. And now I think you guys are ready for the grand reveal. Hold up, before we go, we need to do a little math to figure out how much this project actually cost. So, between the cabinets, cane, legs, hardware, and paint, Our total cost was $227, not $2,000. Thank you so much. So I hope you guys liked watching me suffer through this journey. I really appreciated your support at every turn. I appreciated the cards and flowers and Facebook posts. So if you liked this, hit subscribe, leave a comment, leave a hate comment, mansplain how to use tools to me. I could use the engagement at any point. Until then, stay safe and I'll see you guys next time. Oh my God, I'm never doing this again.